Here are the starters for Brooklyn. On the perimeter, the all-star trio of Williams, Johnson, and Pierce. Down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. And for Golden State, on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. It's Lee and Bogut inside, and it's Curry in at the one. Now, here's Curry. Iguodala left side. Pulls up on the wing, and the rebound goes to Lopez.
It seems for the past few years, the only time you heard about Brook Lopez's name was in what the Nets would give up for Dwight Howard. I mean, well, all of that talk goes away now, at least for a minute, because he signed that extension with the Nets. And because of that, I think he was more comfortable, and it showed in his production on the floor.
Williams gets the bucket.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but one thing that really stands out is quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but in an instant lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
But Steve, we've got to give him credit for his skill as a distributor too. I mean, he has a great feel for his teammates, and that leads to a lot of his assists and a lot of easy baskets for his team.
And for Brook Lopez, a max contract going into last season. It raised some eyebrows for sure, but the way he's elevated his game, it looks like right now at least, he's been worth every penny.
Yeah, I agree with that. First-time All-Star, he improved as a shot blocker and a rebounder, and I thought he should have got maybe some votes at least for most improved player last season. Big reason why the Nets improved so much.
That's a good point. Here's Curry, following the score by Kevin Garnett. Bogut the pass to Lee, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, what you love about David Lee is he's a guy with a great combination of skill and effort. Double-double guy almost every night out. He'll give you 3 or 4 assists a game, can hit the mid-range jumper. You can run your offense through him on the elbow. Really, really good player.
And he makes the first. And Steve, I give David Lee a lot of credit for scrapping it out at the center position, both in New York and then Golden State. Clark, I never once heard him complain.
No, he's always a team-first guy and goes out there and does what he can to help his team. But he's got to be thrilled to be playing next to a legitimate center in Andrew Bogut. Well, you look at David Lee, he's more of a skill finesse player, but plays with a great motor. Very intense and aggressive in his style. Always in motion, gets to the boards, offensively and defensively. That combination of skill, hustle, and motor make him an all-star. Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. Steve, a resounding dunk.
Yeah, a take-no-chances slam, guys.
It's the Nets now, following the score by Golden State. Williams dishes to Pierce. Pulls up, and the basket by Johnson. And Clark, when you talk about the skill level for David Lee, not the biggest guy at 6'9", but I know you admire his game. And Steve, a great finisher at the same time with either hand.
I think that's one of his greatest assets, Kevin, his ability to score around the basket with either hand. As you mentioned, he can shoot the mid-range shot, handle the ball. They can run their offense through him at the elbows because he's such a good passer as well.
Here's Johnson after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Johnson kicks to Williams. Back to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Curry against Williams. Iguodala kicks to Lee. Stolen by Pierce. Here's Williams. Makes it off the glass. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Curry passes to Thompson. Thompson off the pick from Lee. Thompson dishes to Curry. 4 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And now Williams running the floor all by himself.
Look at the points in the paint, the inside game. It's been very one-sided here for a while now.
Well, the defense just hasn't been physical enough at the rim. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have come from the paint.
Now here's Curry. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And again, no good by Golden State. Nets leading by 8. Williams up on top. He's covered by Iguodala. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. It's going to be Williams shooting. That's on Andrew Bogut. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nets.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps.
Tries to save it, and so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Thompson outside. Lee left side, looking to end the run. He lays it in.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now here's Williams. 10 points for him. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And finished off by Bogut.
Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and then excellent transition offense.
Well, it all stems from the aggressive defense. And when you attack defensively and you can force some mistakes, now it's off to the races.
Outside Williams. Pass to Pierce. Into Johnson. From the left block. And the shot is long. Warriors trail by 7.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I'll tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Brooklyn leading by 5. Williams with the ball. Feeds it to Johnson. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. 6 points for Joe Johnson.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
And for Mark Jackson, there had been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. And he just finished signing an extension through the 2014-15 season. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there. Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Curry with it. Williams picks him up. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
The Nets with the lead. Pass to Pierce. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's Curry. Thompson inside the line, and it's Golden State with another.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like it.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Unloads from 13. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Warriors trail by 7. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I had a chance to catch up with Jason Kidd. He said one of the key points for them defensively will be limiting the production of David Lee, adding he's a guy who can score inside and out, plays with great energy, and his passing really opens up their whole offense. We've got to keep him off the glass and always see ball and man when he's got it. Basketball 101, Kevin. We'll see if they can execute.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And a new group in for the Nets. Andre Bloch, he's checked in for Lopez. Evans comes in for Kevin Garnett. Andre Kirilenko's checked in for Paul Pierce. And it's Terry in for Joe Johnson. Now, here's Blotch. And he makes good on the layup. Blotch has got his first basket.
That's really the area where they like all of their shots to come from.
Warriors have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Douglas, the pass to Iguodala. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to, I think, tone it down a little bit at the defensive end.
Williams kicks to Terry. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. And it's an 11-point Nets lead.
Well, with this soft D, they're allowing them to shoot a very high percentage from the field so far.
Yeah, and they're just not offering any resistance, not making anything difficult for them, and they're able to kind of do whatever they want to do.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And at this point of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well. All three of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question. Right. I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Iguodala.
Look out! Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Nets leading by 9.
Well, one thing I've always loved about Andre Iguodala is the fact that he's so unselfish. He's really probably best suited to play a point forward role where he's handling the ball quite a bit, either in transition or in the half court at the high post. He can use his size to pass over the top of people.
Here's Douglas after the made shot from Blotch. Rejected by Evans. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
16 seconds. 16.
Barnes against Kirilenko. No good from Spates. And you go back to Iguodala. Relatively judicious with his shot selection in Denver. Some have wanted him to even be more aggressive offensively.
You know, I think that's a bit misguided, Kevin. This is a guy who does everything and does it well. He's a team-first guy. He's got to stay true to who he is. And I think he does a really good job of doing that. He rebounds, he defends, he passes, he provides scoring. You can't just look at his point totals and evaluate his game.
He brings a lot to the game.
A lot to the table.
What do you call stat sheet stuffer?
Yes, sir. That's him.
And that one misses.
You know, it's funny. You look at the Golden State Warriors. They've had the third best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
And the second free throw, good. And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA.
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, the Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So, and now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
Now here's Iguodala. Fades and shoots.
They've done a terrific job rebounding here so far, allowing no second chance points.
Terry dishes to Evans. Watch the pass to Kirilenko. 6 to shoot. Here's Terry. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And the Nets lead by 14.
And the early lead just keeps on growing. Another basket.
And the way they've done it is with an extremely potent inside attack.
Azili kicks to Barnes. And he goes in for the dunk. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Clark, you're right. They've done a great job of cleaning up the misses and limiting second chance points.
Well, because they've done a nice job blocking out and everybody has been concentrating on blocking out and pursuing the ball, they've not given up any second chance opportunities.
Hustle, too. You got to hustle.
Yeah, you got to go after it.
Now here's Williams. 10 points for him.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
That's a 2 from Douglas. Rebounded by the Nets. 1:25 left in the first quarter. Terry with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Terry dishes to Williams. Back to Terry. He feeds it to Williams. With the fadeaway. Shot is no good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Barnes passes to Spates. Got that bucket in no time at all. Spates has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Williams against Douglas. Sinks the 15-footer. There's 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. To the paint. Here's Kirilenko. No good with the layup.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Now here's Iguodala. 8 points for him. Azili gets the bucket.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Terry off the drive. Blotch. And the layup's good off the glass. Blotch has got 7 points in the game.
The defenders have to be aware. They cannot allow him that position before he catches the ball.
You're exactly right, Steve. That is his domain.
And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. No luck. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's the Nets. They're all right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, Clark and Steve, what do you guys think about what they have or haven't been doing?
Really good sign offensively the way they started this game out, getting a lot of hoops from close range.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get baskets inside. I know you were a three-point shooter, Steve, and a really good one, but it's always easier to score in the paint.
Thompson and Barnes, the 2 and 3. It's Lee and Bogut inside, and it's Curry in at the point guard position. That's the Warriors' 5.
How about that nice 1-2 punch there, guys? Great defensive play, and of course, it leads to the great basket in transition.
Love the attacking style there, Steve.
Now here's Williams. Outside Pierce. In low to Garnett. He dishes it to Lopez. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one. And the Nets lead by 8.
Well, he's a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish. Great strength, the ability to convert in the lane. Boy, that's tough to defend.
And applies even if he has to absorb contact getting to the rim. Well, you know, it's interesting, guys. Klay Thompson, as we all know, is a deadly outside shooter. But I think early in his NBA career, he struggled a bit with his touch around the rim. So it's nice to see as last season wore on, he started to find that touch around the glass and finish against bigger guys, which is much needed at the 2-guard position.
Well, and Clark, going back to Klay Thompson, he wants to be a complete player. His dad certainly was, and Steve, he's just not a shooting specialist.
No, he's got the size and ball handling ability to really attack off the dribble, and he's also become an excellent defender, too. Greg Popovich talked about it during their playoff series a year ago. Thompson really did a nice job at that end of the floor.
The Nets had a really solid debut season in Brooklyn last year. They made the big move in trading for Joe Johnson, but they also made some small adjustments that paid off for him as well.
And that one's good. And that's 10 points for Johnson.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Curry against Williams. It's Curry with the drive.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Stephen Curry, 2.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw.
In the second quarter, they've had the right approach. Very aggressive, driving, drawing contact, and creating opportunities at the free throw line.
Well, if other things aren't working for you, Steve, getting to the foul line can be a good place to start to turn it around.
Williams kicks to Pierce. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Clark, as you said, a lot of people thought they would just be a top-heavy team with their starters doing a lot of the heavy lifting. But, Steve, they got contributions from all around.
Well, they didn't have big-name players on the bench, but they had some guys like Blotch and Evans who were kind of under the radar, but came in and played very well for this team a year ago. Now, of course, you got big names across the roster for the Nets.
That's good from Pierce.
You look at Paul Pierce, and his body doesn't speak strength because he doesn't have a ton of definition, but you watch him finish against bigger players on a consistent basis. It's not until you bump into him that you recognize how power-packed he is and how strong he is.
Pierce hits 2. And Pierce, 6'7", 235. He uses that size and strength, always has. A good rebounder, tough defender. He has been this wonderful player for such a long time. And again, what I like with just the single franchise.
Yeah, and you think about his matchups against LeBron James in the playoffs over the years. Pierce, one of the few wings who wasn't overpowered by James. Just a sign of how strong he is.
Here is Williams after the made shot from Klay Thompson. The jump hook, and Garnett, that's good. Garnett's got his second basket.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, for Andre Iguodala, now the 3rd team in his NBA career. In Philly, he felt over-criticized for not being the go-to scorer. In Denver, the lack of outside shooting crowded the court, but he could never hope for a better fit than he's found with the Warriors. A team with great shooting, Iguodala can focus on defense and playmaking, saying, quote, "I'd rather get a triple-double than score 40. And guys, get this. Only 12 players in NBA history have achieved his career averages in points, rebounds, assists, and steals through age 29. He's a terrific all-around player.
Yeah, Iguodala, truly a player whose scoring average doesn't do justice to his overall impact on the game. Warriors trail by 12. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Williams against Curry. There's the feed to Barnes. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists in the game. Nets leading by 9. Williams dishes to Lopez. And he gets it to go. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Johnson. Coach obviously has a ton of faith in his offensive ability and shared that faith with the rest of the players by insisting they get him more involved. He also communicated to his players that he wants to see them consistently feeding the ball into the low post to get their bigs some easy looks. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. That free throw from Lee is good.
An up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games.
And both free throws good for Lee. Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a Game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson in one game and then ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning Game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn.
And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Now, slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
That's good.
Well, I'll bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
Now, here's Curry. He's got 5. There's the pass to Lee. He kicks it to Bogut. Golden State moving it around. And he gets it to go. 9 points for David Lee.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Nets leading by 9. Outside Williams. Good. Williams has got 14 points for the game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. Johnson right side. Johnson right side. Lock at 6. Lopez, no luck. Warriors trail by 9. Here's Curry. Second shot opportunity. No good from Lee. The Nets shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Williams passes to Lopez. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on David Lee.
Kevin Garnett sacrificing his body on the defender there. In my opinion, Brook Lopez, guys, quite possibly is the best scoring 7-footer in the game. I mean, he has terrific skills on the low block. And he's able to step out and knock that outside shot down from out to the three-point line.
Andre Bloch, he's checked in for Brooklyn. That free throw good from Lopez. And for Brook Lopez last season, Steve, almost 20 points a game, shooting over 50%.
His best season ever, Kevin. I think he's really evolved into one of the top centers in the league. A big-time elite interior threat. And as you know, that's kind of rare these days in the NBA. His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Here's Johnson. Count it from 12. Johnson's got 12 points in the game.
He had no problem knocking down that shot, and a little more damage inflicted on another defensive lapse.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Jump shot is good. Thompson's got 5 points now this quarter. Brooklyn leading by 10. Here is Williams. 14 points for him. Pass to Pierce. The kick out to Williams. Dishes it to Lopez. shoots from the right block. A rebound by Ezeli.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Barnes dishes to Curry. To the left wing. Here's Ezeli. Lopez covering. Pulls up. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Ezeli. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Yeah, there's no agenda. I mean, the ball's just moving to whoever is open, and as a result, they've kind of developed a clicking kind of pace to their game. It's been fun to watch.
Here's Curry after Paul Pierce's score. Now here's Curry. He's got 5. Here's Ezeli. Here's Lee, and he lays it straight in. Lee's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Outside, Pierce. No luck, so Golden State will take it the other way. Thompson with it, now guarded by Blatch. And Blatch sends it back, but they recover it. That's a 2 from Barnes. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Barnes has got 9.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Harrison Barnes was thought to be a shooter more than a slasher when he came into the league, and while he's been able to be effective from distance, he showed off some of his incredible athleticism with his ability to get to the rim, too.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Reggie Evans is checked in for Lopez. Kirilenko comes in for Pierce. And it's Terry in for Darren Williams. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Here's Blatch. Great D that time from Iguodala. And for Harrison Barnes, he's worked on his ball handling a lot to enhance his ability to drive.
Yeah, footwork, ball handling, passing. Those are the areas where he really didn't shine in North Carolina. But he's worked hard at his game, and he's rounded out his offensive repertoire really well.
Never seemed to blink. Handled the big stage, I thought, well.
Yeah.
Terry. Offensive rebound. Goes up again, and there's the lay-in. 2 points right there from Blatch. Blatch has got 9.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Here's Iguodala. Good. 10 points for him.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now here's Terry. The dish to Johnson. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Blatch. Joe Johnston on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. The baseline J. Warriors with the rebound. And here is Curry. 5 points in the game. Here's Ezeli. Now an appropriate time as we get a chance to look at the all-time list for assist average. Some Hall of Fame point guards for sure. Magic and Stockton, the Big O, Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, Chris Paul right up there. You know, it surprises me how few players have averaged near double-digit assists. It's just not something you take for granted.
He misses the free throw.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota with plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
He hits the second from the line. Nets leading by 3. Now Johnson. He's got 12. Kicks it to Blotch. And the rejection by Ezeli. And it's Terry again missing. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, guys, for Jason Kidd, who has taken over as head coach of the Nets with no coaching experience, certainly there's some apprehension about how he'll do. But one thing we are certain of, he knows how to lead. On Team USA, the coaching staff raved about Kidd's leadership in winning the gold in 2008. And former Knicks teammate Raymond Felton summed it up this way, saying, quote, "He's a great role model, a father figure who understands the game, understands life. I think he'll be a great coach. The guys will listen to him." Kevin?
I like his chances. Thanks. Here's Evans after the made shot from Andre Iguodala.
The assistant, Reggie Evans.
54 seconds left here in the second. Curry against Johnson. Here's Douglas, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Jason Terry.
Tony Douglas, I thought, had a nice bounce-back season a year ago. Always a tough defender, guys, and got his shot to start falling again, which had been AWOL for a bit.
And the first one drops. And Douglas out of Florida State, more of a combo guard.
Yeah, he's not a pure point or an elite scorer, but he is good defensively. You know he's going to get that from Florida State, and I like his aggressive mentality at that end of the floor.
Both free throws good from Douglas.
You know, last season for the Nets, high expectations, guys. They were the runaway pick to be the most improved team in the league, and ownership stressed that their goal was nothing less than a championship. They had a bumpy stretch at one point, steadied themselves, but still a third head coach now in the span of a year.
Now here's Douglas. After the miss from Evans, Douglas the pass to Ezeli. Kirilenko against Iguodala. Feeds to Douglas. Stolen by Terry, and now Terry pushing it up. No one back to stop him, and that one's good. Terry's got 6.
Terrible transition defense there.
I think it would have been pointless, Steve. There was no way anybody was beating him to the basket there.
In a tight game here as we end the first half. Nets lead by 3. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
I'm here with Joe Johnson. And Joe, one of the challenges with having such a deep roster like yours is figuring out everyone's roles in the system. How is the new chemistry coming together with a mix of all-star talent?
We're just trying to feel one another out, man. You know, it's a long season, so obviously early in this young season, man, we're just taking our time right now, trying to feel our way through everything, and everything else take care of itself.
There's no doubt it's a process, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. And, folks, the halftime show is coming up next. And then it's on to the third quarter. We'll step aside right now.
Now, presented by Sprint.
What a great way to end the week. A little NBA basketball on 2K Sports. It's a close game for Brooklyn going up against the Golden State Warriors. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. Deron Williams putting on a clinic against the Warriors. He's up to 14 points, and he's also made plays for others, showing his court vision definitively in this one.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. It's been one outstanding game from Deron Williams.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. The front court trio of Pierce, Garnett, and Brook Lopez. Darren Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. Now here's Johnson. Clock at 6. The tray. No good. The Warriors go the other way with it.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Here's Curry. Back to Lee and taken away by Johnson. Pierce with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Pierce against Iguodala. Johnson kicks to Pierce. Back to Johnson. Shoots it up. Offensive rebound. Outside Williams. Johnson outside. Back to Williams. Thompson against Johnson. Here's Lopez. And the Nets miss again.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Curry against Williams. Back to Thompson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Pierce dishes to Lopez.
You know, with so many injuries to his team during last season, Paul Pierce easily could have taken things lighter. But he just doesn't roll that way. I mean, as a matter of fact, he played through a pinched nerve in his neck just to stay on the court when his team needed him. He is truly one of the all-time great players in the league and one of the outstanding Celtics of all time, too. And that's saying a lot with all of the Hall of Famers that have worn the green and white.
That's good from Lopez.
Lopez playing well. He's got 10 points and 1 assist.
Both free throws good from Lopez. Warriors trailed by 5. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Pass to Thompson. Clock at 6. Thompson right side. That's good. Thompson's got 9 points. And back to Paul Pierce last season. With Rajon Rondo out with that horrible ACL tear, he really carried the Celtics.
Yeah, especially offensively. I mean, we saw the drain on his efficiency, the lowest field goal percentage for him in 9 years, but you know, he still can shoot threes, still gets to the foul line. They relied on him an awful lot last season.
And here's Johnson outside. That's good. 15 points in the game.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Passes it to Iguodala. He feeds it to Lee. He dishes it to Curry. Lopez with the block. Pierce against Lee. Pierce kicks to Johnson. Bogut with the block. But they get it back. Here's Garnett. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. Garnett's got 6.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Curry attacking. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, a lot of people thought Steph Curry should have been an all-star last season. But he still made his mark, the most threes ever in a season. And not just a gunner, but he also became the first player in NBA history to average over 3 triples and 6 assists a game.
Free throw good by Curry. And together as a tandem last season, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson crushed the record for most three-pointers in a season, Steve. 483 combined threes.
What an incredible young combination in the backcourt. Thompson played in the rookie-sophomore game, and Curry was actually snubbed from the All-Star game, but he did win Western Conference Player of the Month in April. First Warrior to win a Player of the Month honor since Chris Mullin back in 1990.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 15. That's good. Johnson's got 17.
Nice touch near the hoop.
Warriors trail by 8. And Curry, here we go. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
17 seconds. 17.
The Nets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Williams with the ball. He's got 14. Pierce up top. Clock at 6. Poked away. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And it's a 10-point Nets lead.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mark Jackson was going over with his team. Their fast break offense has been lacking in his opinion, and he let his players know about it. Look for them to really start pushing the basketball. The next message he had for them was that they should be attacking the basket on offense. He felt very strongly that the defense they're up against is vulnerable down low. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
It's Curry with the drive. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Nets leading by 10. Johnson off the pick from Lopez. Johnson, good. Johnson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out on the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
Now, here's Curry. He has 7. Shot clock at 5. The feed now to Lee. And he banks in the layup. 9 points for Steph Curry. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Timeout called the Nets.
You know, guys, we had seen what Curry, as the focal point of a team's offense, was capable of, but in a full year with no Monte Ellis by his side, Curry really showed what he could do on the basketball court, and it's special.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And Brooklyn has possession. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Lopez. 8 points for Kevin Garnett. And for the Warriors, you know, you talk about that Monte Ellis trade. A big part of that move was getting the ball into the hands of Stephen Curry.
That's right, and also to get Klay Thompson on the floor as the starting two. It really balanced out that Warriors roster, but it allowed Curry to become the star that he is. He's so good offensively, got the total package, and I think when you look at this Warriors roster, bright future.
That backcourt, Steve, is about as good a shooting backcourt as I can recall in one team.
With range, yeah, I agree. I've never seen anybody better.
Here's Lopez, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
Boy, the points they've produced off their play in the post have been so valuable for them in this game, guys. I mean, it's been a huge part of what they're doing.
And they're getting so much penetration on the defense that they're getting a lot of easy buckets as a result of breaking down that defense.
First one falls for him.
Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steadying presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought a toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
Andrei Kirilenko's checked in for Kevin Garnett. He doesn't get the second one. And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints, Clark, make it tricky for them, make it tricky for anybody. Keep teams together.
Well said, but I give the ownership credit for making the commitments necessary to put themselves in a good position going forward, Kevin. After such an impressive postseason showing, I think they want to continue that momentum.
Here's Williams after the made shot by David Lee. Johnson against Thompson. Shot's good. 21 points for Joe Johnson.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Curry against Williams. Here's Thompson. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Curry. 9 points in the game so far. Barnes with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Iguodala against Pierce. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut back down to 11 now as they get an important basket that time from Iguodala.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And also, he's absolutely able to do some incredible things in the air. I mean, he can look like a gymnast sometimes, twisting his body, double clutching his shots. But he maintains a smooth approach to it all.
Love the interior passing. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
Curry kicks to Lee. Williams with the steal. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Williams has been great. 16 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
Well, and he's got this team in such a good groove right now. The way he's moving the ball and passing, getting everybody involved, they're in a great flow.
He misses the free throw.
Deron Williams is so strong and so poised in the post. I'd like to see him down on the block a little bit more often. There are very few point guards in this league who really have the strength to deal with Williams in a post-up situation.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Andre Bloch, he's checked in for Lopez. Evans comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Terry in for Johnson. And he's good on the second. And for Deron Williams, he is very versatile. Clark.
Yeah, he can pass it, shoot it, drive it, kills you with the crossover, and he's got excellent size that allows him to back you down, too. He can put you in the washing machine and take you for a spin every now and then.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
Maurice Speights swapped teams once again last year. This time joining Cleveland. Now he finds his way to Golden State. Speights very talented, but you wonder if he's ever really going to find his niche with one team for more than a year or two.
First free throw is good. And Speights, primarily, Clark, a pick-and-pop big man.
Yeah, I like his nice soft touch, Kevin. It's really solid in the mid-range area. He's a pretty decent rebounder as well. I think he's a very productive backup and young enough to where he's still got some room to grow.
And both free throws good for Speights.
The Nets really turned things around last season, guys, and a big part of that was them turning around their road record a bit. Turned some of those losses into wins, and much better on the road. It got them the 4th seed in the East.
Now here is Kirilenko. Here's Bloch. No good. Great D that time from Ezeli. Warriors trail by 12. Douglas off the pick from Ezeli. Douglas with it. Williams picks him up. Douglas against Williams. The shot's good from Douglas. Douglas has got 8 points. And for the Nets, who looked so much better when they were out on the road last season, actually ended with the second-best road record, Steve, in the Eastern Conference.
And you remember their hot start to the season last year. Well, a lot of that was them coming in ready and winning games on the road. Eventually, they cooled off, made a coaching change, and then all the huge offseason moves. So this is really something to watch this year, a pretty exciting club.
And Spates gets it to go. Here is Williams. He's got 17. And he gets it to go. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
Williams against Douglas. Rebound by Williams. Nets leading by 10. Terry kicks to Williams. A minute 42 left in the third quarter. Here's Kirilenko, hits the jump hook. Kirilenko's got his second bucket.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
On the wing, Iguodala. Terry covering. Iguodala, the pass to Spates. Rejected by Evans. Terry outside. Outside Williams. Back to Terry. On the wing, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Evans, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Evans has got the lead up to 14 now for the Nets.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
Now here's Barnes. 9 points in the game so far.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Outside Williams. The pass to Kirilenko. Left side Kirilenko. He kicks to Blotch. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Blotch has got 13 points.
Gotta love the inside-out game there, guys.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Iguodala against Terry. The drive by Iguodala. That's good. 16 points for him.
Yeah, he's been the key cog in their offense with the way he shot the ball.
His percentage today beyond impressive. Certainly not his fault the score is what it is.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Nets leading by 14. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And here are the Warriors now. They trail by 14. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Curry, good.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Terry kicks to Johnson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Andrew Bogut.
You look at the Joe Johnson trade for the Nets. They picked up his max contract from the Hawks, committing $80 million over 4 years. But, you know, last season, his lowest point output in over a decade, a down season overall. But, hey, there's a lot of talent on this team. He's not expected to score as much anymore.
And the first one drops. And for the Nets, they started the season doing some of that isolation offensively for Joe Johnson that we saw in Atlanta, Clark.
And even with the most efficient individual scorers, that's not usually the way to go offensively over the long haul. With Joe going through a bit of a lull in terms of his shooting percentages, I thought they might have been better served to anchor the offense around Brook Lopez inside.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
Open shot, Lopez. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. 16 points for Brook Lopez. Warriors trail by 15. Now here's Curry. Pass to Lee. Thompson against Johnson. 6 to shoot. Thompson with the bucket. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Curry outside. Good work defensively by Terry. Brooklyn leading by 15. Lopez outside. Terry against Thompson. Shot by Terry, no good.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Curry attacking. The three. Good on the shot. Curry's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Warriors.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Johnson dishes to Terry. Back to Johnson. Goes up the baseline. Nice jump shot. Good. Johnson's got 25 points. Warriors trail by 14. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 8th assist in the game. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
You know, Iguodala seemed to be a 20-point-per-game kind of a player. Last season, another season where his scoring was helpful, but not where you thought it might be for a star player. But his game is not predicated on scoring. It's his all-around versatility that makes him star level.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
And thank you for that, Doris. And here is Curry. Dishes it to Iguodala. Kicks to Bogut. Curry against Pierce. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And for Iguodala last season, under 13 points a game.
But, Kevin, if you're just looking at the offensive numbers, you're kind of missing the point with Iguodala. He's a defensive-minded player. He can score, particularly in transition, but it's his defense, it's his rebounding, it's what he brings to the total game that sets him apart.
The first one falls.
It's been a solid outing for Curry. He's got 16 points and 8 dimes.
You know, he's been so good at both ends of the floor, guys, but what's impressed me the most is his offensive performance.
I don't know, Steve. I think the work he's done defensively has been pretty impressive, too.
And both free throws good for Curry.
100% free throw shooting this half, guys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
Now Terry. Johnson outside. Good on the jump shot. Johnson's got 27 points. Warriors trail by 11. Left side Curry. In low to Lee. Good good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's now 17 points for David Lee.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
From 12 feet out. Misses off the left iron. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Stephen Curry.
This quarter has brought out the best in him, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Johnson with a screen on Curry. Terry kicks to Johnson. Into Lopez. The kick out to Pierce. Shot clock at 5. Johnson, that's for 2. Warriors with the rebound. Lee's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Golden State. They're on a 14-6 run. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Curry.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Lopez, no luck. The Warriors have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Garnett with the block. Terry with it. There's the dish to Johnson. In low to Garnett. The shot no good. Nice D from Bogut. Here's Golden State. They're on a 16-6 run. Johnson against Thompson. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Deron Williams checked in for Brooklyn.
Second team foul.
Feeds it to Curry. Pass to Bogut. Lopez with the block. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Tremendous output from Johnson. He's got 27 points and a couple of nice steals, too. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
Well, it's a good example, Clark, of how you set the table for the rest of your teammates. He's really brought focus and energy to this game.
And that one falls for Johnson.
You know, one part of Joe Johnson's game that tends to get overlooked, guys, is his ability to create space with the dribble. He's got great size, and that ability makes him the potent scorer he is.
Both good from the line that time. And for Joe Johnson, as you mentioned, Clark, great size, and he's comfortable, truly, Steve, from shooting anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, and whether it's a spot up or off the dribble, he can go either direction. He's so strong, excellent ball handling ability. But I think he could do a little more damage inside if he chose to. He's got the body to be a good post-up player.
Thompson against Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Bogut the pass to Thompson. Bogut down low. Lopez covering. That's good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Lopez sets a screen for Williams. There's the triple, and it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Williams. 32 points for Joe Johnson.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Garnett against Lee. Here's Thompson. Goes up to the stripe. Kevin Garnett grabs the miss. Garnett's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now here's Williams. Passes it to Lopez. Kicks it out to Johnson. And Williams, here we go. Back to Johnson. Fires for 3. And Deron Williams with the 3. And it's an 11-point Nets lead.
They've been splashing home those threes since halftime.
Definitely a big improvement in their shooting from what we saw before the break.
The Warriors have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Thompson off the pick from Curry. Thompson outside. And that one's good. Nets leading by 9. Johnson kicks to Williams. Back to Johnson. Garnett with a screen on Thompson. Here's Johnson. It's hauled in by Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 3 rebounds now in this one. He feeds it to Lee. Knocked loose. Bogut. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
The Nets have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
He's been so reliable again today, Kevin, and they need his points, and he's providing them.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He mentioned the need for more use of the pick and roll. It's a basic component of their offense that he said he hasn't seen nearly enough of. He also implored them to win the battle on the defensive backboards. That's crucial, he said. Rebound like your heart depends on it. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thank you, Doris. Bogut. And the shot falls short this time.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Open shot. Williams. Here's Garnett. A stupendous finish in traffic. And now it's an 11-point Nets lead.
That sort of epitomized this game, guys. One team going all out, getting rebounds and putbacks, and the other team just dragging.
Here's Curry. And another basket for Golden State.
Well, after all those struggles in the first half, he has really picked it up here in the second.
Brooklyn's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. It's Williams with the drive. Garnett dishes to Pierce. Williams against Iguodala. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lopez, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Lopez has got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Curry passes it to Lee. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And stolen by Williams. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the fourth. He dishes it to Johnson. Now the feed to Lopez. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that.
Curry gets the screen from Lee. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Curry.
Man, is he good. He's only missed 1 shot in 6 tries here in the quarter.
Williams against Curry. It's Williams with the drive, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Williams kicks to Garnett. Back to Williams. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted the win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Here's Douglas in low to space, and it's blocked, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Still Warriors ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Brooklyn with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. It's Williams with the drive. Here's Blotch. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And now a 12-point Nets lead.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're losing by 12. 27 seconds left to play here in the fourth. .27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it. The bump and the bucket.
At the line for your Warriors, Harrison Barnes.
That's good from Barnes. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. Terry dishes to Williams. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Joe, congratulations on this win. This was a game where we saw plenty of great sequences, some nice runs put together. What changes for the team out on the floor when you guys start rolling like we witnessed here tonight?
We just picked up our energy and effort. We was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and it just kind of got contagious.
Well, this was fun for us to watch, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Deron Williams.